Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Baylor Wide Television. We have a boxing feature here. Let's make sure that our sound is up. We have a boxing feature, and as you can see by the title, Dereck Chisora versus Robert Helenius. They're going to dance again. They're going to do it again. Let's get you more on this breaking story. Okay, so Robert Helenius, 24-1 with 15 KOs. Dereck Chisora, 27-7 with 18 KOs, are set for a huge heavyweight rematch on May the 27th at the Hartwell Arena in Helsinki, Finland. So there's a lot on the line for both men in what promises the biggest fight on Finnish soil in recent history, with both the WBC Silver World Heavyweight title and a shot at current world champion Deontay Wilder up for grabs. As you know, Helenius holds a very, very, very controversial split decision win over Dereck Chisora in a very good fight back in December 2011, and a lot of people believed Dereck Chisora did enough to win the fight. And this was a time when Robert Helenius was unbeaten, and he was knocking everybody out, knocking everybody out. He was looking, and everyone was talking about Helenius being the heir to the Klitschko's. Remember that? And he was the next best thing, you know. And Chisora gave him all the problems in the world. It's one of Chisora's signature wins. I think it was for the European title at the time as well. A fight that I believe Chisora won hands down. I'm expecting a tough fight, but I'm very confident I will, said Helenius. Before our first match, I was injured my right shoulder, and I had to fight the whole 12 rounds with just one arm. If I was able to beat him one arm, I don't see any problems with beating him when I have two. Well, Mr. Helenius, sorry to say, but you didn't beat him in the first fight, and you had the luck of the judges on your side, but you didn't beat him. It was a more or less good win for Dereck Chisora, probably his best win. If you think about, you know, where Helenius was in the world ratings and what people thought about Helenius. So he says, I'm in great shape now and I feel stronger than ever. It's been a long road since my shoulder operation, and I've been waiting for a long time for an opportunity like this. I believe I'm ready, and after I beat Chisora, I will be in a good position to fight for a world title. So, you know, Helenius is putting himself in a position to fight for world title. I don't believe he's ever fought for the world title. You know, but the way he was knocking guys out, be it lower level opposition, he was looking dangerous. And I said people were saying that Helenius was going to be the heir to the throne in the heavyweight division. I mean, he's lost one fight, but that was by a devastating knockout. We'll see. As for Chisora, you know, ever the road warrior, he doesn't mind where he fights in the world. In fact, he prefers to fight away from home. He says, I'm looking forward to going back to Helsinki and putting on another great show for the fans. It's a beautiful city with lots of beautiful people. We had a lot of fun last time, and everybody knows who really won that fight. He can make all the excuses he wants, but that won't help him on May 27th. Okay. I feel this is my time. I'm in my prime, and I can't wait. I might be relaxed now, but when I leave London, I'm going to war. When I get on that flight, I become a different person. Mr. Nice Guy is gone. It brings the vicious side out in me, and he'd better be ready. So, you know, Chisora, as you know, he always likes to hyper fight. He's a great salesman for a big fight, and you know, I'm sure more antics will kick off when he arrives in Helsinki for the press conference to sell the fight. We're delighted to be bringing this huge heavyweight attraction to Helsinki. This is what the Nissi Sauerland's got to say. The first fight between Robert and Dereck was something special, and this promises to be even better. They've got unfinished business, and on May 27th, they've got the chance to finally settle the score. So, tickets for the WBC Silver World Heavyweight Championship clash between Helenius and Chisora will go on sale on Monday at 9 a.m. and will be available online at www.ticketmaster.fi or by calling the ticket hotline at 0600 01 800. So I'll repeat that again. You can go to www.ticketmaster.fi or by calling ticket hotline at 0600 10 800. That's my so that's the Helenius Chisora rematch. You know, It doesn't surprise me because I know Chisora was angling either to fight Helenius again or to fight Povetkin. We know Povetkin fights out the window. So, you know, you talked about Pulev, you talked about Povetkin, and he talked about Helenius. He's good at his word, he's going to go back and fight Helenius. But then, you know, the question I have to ask myself is this: where the hell is Dereck Chisora going in his career? You know, he fought David Haye. That wasn't for a world title fight, and he got beat there. Oh, he challenged Vitaly Klitschko for the world title, but he was way too young at the time. Yeah, there were 14, 15 fights fighting against Vitaly Klitschko, which was a great performance that night, but he was way too inexperienced. I'd like to see Dereck Chisora run together and get himself in a position to actually challenge for a world title again. My fear with Dereck Chisora is, you know, I thought he was shot way back, or he looked fragile after the David Haye knockout defeats. You know, when he was getting hit by Parla and Gerber. Remember those fights when he's going for that European title run? And then he met Tyson Fury again. And that was quite demoralizing seeing him do that. And then he had that run where he departed from Don Charles. And then he's come back with Don Charles. He had that fight against Dillian Whyte. But even in the Dillian Whyte fight, he just proved he couldn't fight for the whole 3 minutes of every round for 12 rounds. And as a world-class fighter, you need to be able to do that. And I don't think if he tires like he did against Dillian Whyte, I think Helenius is more experienced and will, you know, he punches, I would say, arguably harder than Whyte and more accurately than Whyte. You know, I think Derek's got to watch himself in this fight. So if Dereck is now dedicated, he should take this fight easy. He should. Hope there's not too many tables in the press conference. Thought he won the fight against Dillian Whyte. I did too, to be honest. Evening, Mikey. Is this on the Brook Spence undercard? Clearly, you must have just joined in. Fight is going to be in Finland, and it says it in the description box. It is going to be in Hartwall Arena in Helsinki, Finland. So good for Dereck. He's got that fight on the 27th of May, not the 24th or 28th. So good for Dereck Chisora. I'm happy for him to have that. Yeah. For Helenius, he hasn't looked that impressive since he's come back. So he got knocked out, remember? So I'd like to see. Hello, Gazzo. Good seeing the room. I think Helenius beats him again. Chisora doesn't do well against taller fighters and never seems motivated in non-beef matchups. Well, he didn't beat him in the first place. So say he beat him again. He didn't beat him in the first place. It was a dodgy decision. He should have been European champion that night. Dereck Chisora beating Helenius. And that was a credible win. They took that win away from Dereck. When Dereck Chisora, at that point, when he beat Helenius, when you think about where Helenius was in the world back then, people tend to forget that Helenius was ranked in the top 4 or 5 of the world, and the people saying that Helenius was, you know, who was the man to clean up, beat both Klitschko's. Remember that. And if you remember, at that time, Helenius, at that time, Vitaly Klitschko was still fighting. You know what I mean? And Vladimir was still fighting. He's still fighting now, obviously, but he was still fighting. So, and they were saying that Helenius would have beaten both brothers. So, if the fight goes to points, you can see that Helenius will get the win. So, I think Dereck Chisora's best chance against Helenius to knock Helenius out. He's got to win him by knockout. So, he's got to knock out Helenius. It's as simple as that. It's no if buts or maybes. That's one of those fights you know he's definitely going to knock. You know, he's got to knock Helenius out. I like when Dereck was gone, that little run he had. He had Kevin Johnson, Malik Scott, Gerber, Parla. I like that. He was moving his way nicely up the rankings. I liked it. I like that movement he was doing. But now, it's like, to me, Dereck Chisora is in it. And this sounds silly to say, but he's in it for the money. But it just seems that he's targeting just the money, just the big money fights. You know, he had the rematch of Dillian Whyte there. And I don't know if Dillian Whyte wasn't interested in it. I wouldn't be interested if I was Dillian Whyte. So I guess if Eddie Hearn was possibly thinking of putting Dereck Chisora or Dillian Whyte 2 on the Kell Brook undercard, That's not going to be happening. So that's out of the question. So Dillian White will have to fight somebody else. But, you know, we'll see how that goes up. What am I going to say now? Very quickly. I'm going to go and get some sleep, people, because we've got a late night tonight. As you know, tonight, 10 p.m., we've got professional boxing trainer, commentator, and presenter, Taylor Christie's, and model. Taylor Christie's will be live in BWTMONLINE TV headquarters. So we'll talk about all the world of boxing, women in boxing. Bring your questions along with you. Keep them clean. Bring your questions along. It's going to be a really good night. And yeah, I think I leave it as that. Oh yeah, and one final thing. 2 million views. That's fantastic for BWTMONLINE TV. We're really happy. From scratch to 2 million. Now we need to really kick on. I'm sorry about the delays in terms of, you know, the changeover and the transition. It's been a lot longer than I thought it would be, but it's not just me in BWTMONLINE or Wide TV, so that's why there's been such a delay, and there's no point putting new things in with old. So we're still trying to hang. So I think maybe mid-April we should have some news in terms of upgrades and developments. So 2 million views, that's fantastic. Great for us. Let's try and see if we can plow through to 3 million real quickly across the BWTMONLINE universe. We're 2 million, 3.5 million. Then we're around 4.5, 5 million. So yeah, in terms of BWTMONLINE and the whole YouTube universe, that's great. I'm really happy about that. Jerry Doc says, let's see Dillian White versus Luis Ortiz. Yeah, that's if Luis Ortiz is still under contract with Hearn and all the rest of it. So we'll see. I don't know what. I still don't understand the Luis Ortiz story. He came over to the UK to better himself, fought Malik Scott and Dave Allen. I don't see how that, no disrespect to those two guys I've mentioned, but I don't know how that betters your career. But never mind. Never mind. So yeah, I'll see you all at 10 o'clock. I'm going to go and get some shut-eye and then take a nice... hold on a second. I've got some people who are saying some things. Vitalis just said Anthony Joshua's muscles won't be enough to beat Vladimir Klitschko. I agree. If Chisora wins, he has to KO Helenius with the overhand right. Helenius is open to it. He is indeed. Good points there. Very valid points. Got to say that. I've got to say that. So yeah, that's about it. Obviously, somebody who, you know, I'm not going to give them any time of day. Right, I'm out here, people. I'll see you all at 10 o'clock tonight. Hearn wants White to fight Ortiz, so AJ won't have to face him as a mandatory if he wins Klitschko. Well, well, I'll have to talk to you about that at another time. I've got something on that story I'd like to tell you about, but not now. Right, I'm out here. I shall see you all 10 o'clock tonight. Don't be late. Our guest from Australia won't be. Spoke to her earlier today, and she's ready to go. So I'll see you at 10 o'clock tonight. Take care, people. See you soon.